Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Jones, and the topic I'm going to talk about is mandatory drug testing for students. Um, the issue is we're just wasting taxpayers' dollars by doing this. We really are. It's not just the students who it's affecting, but it's affecting everyone because our tax dollars are going towards this. It's important to me because I would rather have my tax dollars used on stuff more important than drug testing students. I plan to tell you guys the pros and the cons of drug testing students. My sources are I have four sources, and it's from the National Center for Education Evaluation and Regional Assistance, and I also have a source by Christopher Ingram from the Washington Post and the National Institute on Drug Abuse, and also the Asian Pacific Economic Blog. So start off with the goal of the mandatory drug testing program was to reduce student substance use in three ways: by deterring substance use, by detecting substance use, and by having spillover effects on the students in the schools as they observe and are influenced by behavior of their peers. So the whole concept of this program, it was for a good cause. And after the National Center for Education and Evaluation and Regional Assistance, after they did their research, this is their finding. However, there were no differences between the treatment and control groups and students' reports of how honest they were in completing the surveys and how often students didn't respond to particular questions. Also, there were no inconsistencies in reports of lifetime use between the surveys they completed before knowing whether the school required drug testings afterward. So that in itself is like, what's the point of doing this? And how much does this cost us? $20,000. The school district in Carroll County, Georgia, about 25 miles west of Atlanta, spent $20,000 for drug testing. They're implementing a random drug testing program for their public high schools. They plan to test up to 80 students each month, according to WSB TV in Atlanta, with school drug tests costing about $24 for each person, according to Dr. Sharon Levy of the American Academy of Pediatrics. That would cost about $20,000 a year. So it's like, who has that much money to throw away when we don't know if this even works? With me, I know students, personally, I've seen a couple of them when I was in high school. When it comes to drug testing, they'll just go and experiment with different drugs that's undetectable. For example, K2 still gives them the same effect as marijuana, but it just doesn't show up in their system. And I know a lot of people using K2 as an alternative for marijuana. So, the effects of K2 could be worse than marijuana, but students, they don't care. And also another con for drug testing students, there were no effect on any group of students reported to intentionally use substance in the future. Of the students subject to drug testing, 34% reported that they definitely will or probably will use substance in the next 12 months, compared with 33% comparable students without the program. There were also no evidence that the drug testing reduced students' participation in extracurricular activities or affected their connection to school. So it's like just a waste of money. On the other hand, one pro for drug testing, it's random, so students can't argue that the school is targeting one specific race group. So that's also a plus. And another, I tried after doing research. It's like I really couldn't find any pros for this. Just a whole bunch of cons, and another con is who will watch the students as they're doing the drug test. That a whole bunch of questions can arise from that, and it's like if you send the student in the bathroom by themselves, if no one's present, then a false sample could be given. And also, if the students were required to leave everything outside of the bathroom while they're conducting the drug test, another question that would come up is personal privacy. They don't know who's watching their stuff. So when it's all said and done, it's like taxpayers were wasting unnecessary money that can really be used towards other things rather than for drug testing. So I really believe that they need to just stop it, because like I said, students, they're gonna always try and find ways to beat the system, and it's just a waste of money. Like I said, if they don't do marijuana, they're just gonna go try and do other drugs and experiment with other drugs that won't show up on a drug test. So I ask you guys really and truly just to think about this. Is it a waste of money? Yes, it is. Should we stop it? Yes, we should. So just use our tax dollars on things that's way more important than drug testing students. Thank you for your time, and I hope you guys enjoy this presentation. Thanks again.